We'll call this meeting to order. Call the roll, please.
Kinsey.
Here.
Mossberg.
Here.
Klein.
Here.
Parker. Here. Boston.
Here. We'll go on to the next item, approval of minutes of regular meeting held October 10th, 2022.
I move we approve the minutes.
We got a motion, second.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Parker.
Yes.
Kinsey.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Mossberg.
Yes.
Boston.
Yes. Next we'll go on item 4, reports from staff, city council report.
Just a couple items. We had negotiated with the business manager candidate, and that ended up not coming to fruition, so we're still looking for a business manager. The city has gotten word that we're going to be getting we've been approved so far in all the stages with OWRB for the principal forgiveness program that they have, but they haven't given us an amount yet. So we're qualified and in line. We're waiting to hear how much that's going to be, but we're anticipating that to be somewhere between $800,000 and $1 million for water meter projects. And there's another grant we're getting, but I need to hold off on saying which one and how much until I get the letter in the mail. So, but that'll be for water projects. So we're working on that. Council's going to meet on the 21st. And you guys have any questions?
Connor Martin, he resigned his position. Is that going to be filled anytime soon?
What's that?
Connor Martin?
We filled his position. Dr. Garrett Lahr from Northwestern is going to fulfill his unexpired.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll go on to the next item, 4B, manager's report.
Well, it was another $50,000 a month. It was $33,736.85 in Jet A and $17,164.65 in 100 low lead, zero oil, zero hanger. We had a little bit more jet traffic last month, but less fuel sales per landing. But avgas was really good. I was kind of surprised on the avgas sales. But, it's not looking that way this month because the weather, the wind, and everything's been atrocious. So, on the maintenance side of things, the street department came and painted our tie-down markers while they were doing some painting downtown. So they look nice and new. I purchased stuff to maintenance the equipment and to winterize stuff we're not going to be using. And we've just been kind of cleaning and organizing after the busy summer season, so kind of rearranging stuff back there, rearranging stuff over here. So I signed up with Nozzle, N-O-Z-L. It's a fuel retail platform. They have over 1,100 aircraft, both 100 low lead and Jet A. That uses it's a format kind of similar to CAA. You put your price in for each one, and if you're to sell a volume discount, you can put that on there too. But right now, we're not. One of the jets last month came from Nozzle platform, so I'm hoping that brings in more of both traffic, not just Jet A, but 100 low lead. So that part is, so far it's free to both FBOs and pilots. they said in the future it'll probably cost the pilots, but it'll still be free for FBOs. So, they're out of Texas as well, so it doesn't hurt to join something that might bring, that's free for us and might bring more traffic. So, and then I had again military helicopters wanting to come through, but until we get that air card thing figured out, I have to turn them away unless they have an alternate form of payment, but most of them don't. But we did have a Black Hawk helicopter land the other day, but I don't know what their uniforms were, but they had patches on it and it looked government, but I don't know. So, but they paid with American Express. So, other than the runway lights being out and us going over that later, I don't really have anything else besides business as normal.
I will add to Derek's report, we did get the documents back for signature from Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission on the AWAS project. So those have been signed, everything's turned in, and moving forward there. I meant to mention, I was still not used to the finance report being my job. But we are about, for the airport, about $66,000 ahead of schedule for this year on revenue, and we're about $20,000 under budget year to date where we would expect to be. If we should be about a third of the way through our budget both ways, and so we're doing pretty good. I wanted to point out that when we have the discussion here in a second on number 5, our CDs are maturing March, May, and July of next year, in that order. So, that's all I had to add. Get a lot of compliments on our manager.
I had noticed that there was no oil revenue last month.
Pardon me?
There was no oil revenue last month. I didn't see anything in that column, in the financials. So I didn't know if nothing had come in.
From the lease?
Yes.
Okay. I'll check on that, see if it's a timing issue or if
I believe it was.
timing
It
issue.
was right after the first one.
Okay.
I got the check.
Any other questions? If not, we'll go on to item 5, discussion and action to recommend approval of amendment number 4 to the owner-engineer agreement with Park Hill for additional engineering services for the project rehabilitation runway 1836 lights and 4 box tappies with an additional cost not to exceed $80,700.
So, I don't think I have to elaborate on the need for the project. I think everybody understands, we don't have any lights. To add the engineering scope to be able to go ahead and pursue the FAA funding, the amendment is needed to our agreement with Park Hill. Basically, it's the way I understand it, we are going to be able to pre-spend our next year's AIG funds. So if we wanted to, and my recommendation would be that we do, if we wanted to use our cash, we can go ahead and get this project going, and it will be reimbursed to us in the next AIG cycle. Our total match, when we add that in, is going to be $65,000, which is 10%. So we're going to go up front with $318,000, and we'll get all the 65,000 of that back after both grant cycles go forward. We may not need to expend that in this fiscal year, but we might. Just because of the timing of everything, you get down to where you're doing things in June and July. It may fall in June, may fall in July, but, you know, that's kind of where that is. We didn't want to touch the cash, and we wanted to, you know, leverage those CDs. We could, you know, cash out all of them all of them but the stabilization ones. But that is an option if we didn't want to use our cash, but we do have the cash, so.
Cash, but last report you gave us was that you thought early next year, the city would be paying us off in full in addition, right?
That's still my,
So we have more than enough.
that's still my hope. There's some cash flow issues, not cash flow issues, but we may put a little bit of delay on the 100% repayment just because of the water infrastructure things that have come up unforeseen. So we're going to be well ahead of schedule. My hope is that we're still going to be able to be 100% paid off.
So this 80,000, is this in addition to the FA? I mean, or is this to advance and float us through to the money comes back?
The 80,000 is the additional engineering, which will be reimbursed at 90%.
So why is there now additional engineering when we already claimed on this project? All we're doing is pushing up the timeline.
Because it's not in our agreement for the, my understanding is this being added to the AWAS, but I can get Toby on the phone if we need to.
Added to the AWAS.
Let me get
The AWAS isn't on there, is it? We're talking about re-adding the runway lights in the back.
This is for runway lights in the pack. The project that we're doing is AWAS. Unless I'm missing that.
But this additional amount is for surveys that are required by...
Yeah, it's the engineering that's required in order to prepare the project documents for the FAA and for bidding and construction.
I may be missing, but where is the AWAS on?
It's not on there. I don't-
But you said
No.
the 80,000 was for the AWAS.
Not on the amendment.
Okay.
Let me get Toby on the phone. Let me,
But I was just a little confused as to if this was to help advance the project.
Well,
timeline. So
we hadn't given, we hadn't approved moving forward with runway lights. We'd only discussed it in the package.
All right, I thought we had approved that. We had. Okay, that's my mistake. So I guess when we were talking about it's when he came and we talked about the 5-year, the CIP. That's what we discussed.
Right.
Came up with the money. Okay, all right. So this 80,000 is in addition to what he initially laid out in the CIP plan.
Correct. Let me see. I've got an email in here that has the numbers a little bit better laid out.
Well, I knew that we had committed to 2 years of FAA funding to this.
And we don't really know the total cost involved until we put it out for bids.
Right, everything right now is an estimate.
And his estimate on CIP was over 600,000.
It's a lot of LED ones.
Well, he said the cost of PVC pipe skyrocketed for the concrete. That was one of the major line item costs.
Copper goes, it's going up.
Let's go, I just wanted to make sure I was clear. So this is 80,000, that's 90% reimbursed for the, to get this project built.
Yes.
And I knew that the FA fiscal year for this starts in what, October or September? It's not
So the
June.
FAA is starts October 1.
Yeah, it's October 1, that's right. So it starts then, so to expedite this, to not have to wait almost a year to get this thing going.
Right.
We're fronting the money and then waiting to be reimbursed.
But we could delay if we wanted to.
You can delay if you want to.
It wouldn't hurt us, it just might delay the entire project.
It would delay the lighting and paddings, the runway lights and paddings.
It'd be a year longer in the dark.
Sorry, Paul. It's just, it says here that we can start, we've done everything we can without a survey, but now we're needing to basically get the ball rolling on the surveys early, throw it out for bid early. It says that the council also, the city council also has to approve it. So after we approve it, then they would have to approve it as well.
Yep.
So do we need two motions, one for this 80,000 and then one for fronting the money?
You can make it in the same motion if you'd like.
I mean, I would like to say that we've already missed out on a couple of after hours because it gets dark, but we've also, today they could have blamed it if we had runway lights, but they couldn't because, and they had a little emergency at the hospital, so I don't know exactly what they did, but they called an ambulance. So it's already one
It's a
fixed
safety
wing.
issue for everybody. I've had a couple local clients start hit me up that I told them that we were trying to get things ironed out on it.
Yeah, our middle of the night King Air ambulance visits
Right.
are non-existent right now.
Was there a,
You actually don't need to vote right now to approve using our cash.
right, so just make a motion. I make a motion that we approve the additional cost not to exceed $80,700 to rehabilitate the runway lights and the 4 box paddings.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Kinsey,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Mossberg,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Logston.
Yes. We'll go on to the next item. Item number 6, remarks and inquiries by airport commission members. Anybody have anything? And if not, we'll go on to the next item, number 7, remarks and inquiries by citizens. And we have nothing, so we'll adjourn.